Today, I'm going to be diving into and exploring the wonderful world of alpha brainwave state or flow state. When we start to enter into alpha brainwave, we start to shift into a different frequency, vibration, and experiential reality. When we're in alpha brainwave, we can associate that with a feeling of flow state. When it comes to flow state, we are talking about clarity of mind. We're talking about a feeling of peace. We're talking a feeling of energy. We're talking a feeling of momentum. We're talking a feeling of inspiration. We're talking the feeling of creativity. When we drift away from the alpha brainwave, the prohibitor to the alpha brainwave state and flow state is contraction. Contraction, tension, stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, fear. These are major prohibitors for us to exploring and experiencing alpha brainwave state. Our capacity for expansion accelerates when we go into the alpha brainwave state. And from this video, I want you to start exploring when you are in this brainwave state. When are you in flow state? What are parts of your lifestyle that really amplify and illuminate the brainwave of alpha brainwave? What helps you get into flow? Please leave a comment below. What are your flow accelerators? For me, a big one is breath work. Whenever I feel myself in a state of contraction and tension, breath work is a really cool place for me to explore, to move and energetically move that tension through my body and help it dissipate within my energetic field. Another big one for me, which is literally just blossoming at the minute, and that is dancing. Dancing is all of a sudden becoming a really big, prevailing flow enhancer and accelerator. The game of this beautiful energetic dance that I'm talking about at the minute, when it comes to changing our chemistry and physiology, is the awareness of catching ourselves when we are drifting away from alpha brainwave. I really feel alpha brainwave is our predominant brainwave state as we navigate through the awakened world. We transitioned into other brainwave states when we go into what it's like that moment just before sleep, the state akin to sleep, which is just what you experience just before you go into sleep, and then you go into and explore other brainwaves whilst you're going through sleep. But what I feel, this alpha brainwave is our more natural, predominant state and brainwave state that we should be in as humans as we navigate through our day. Our natural state is flow state. But the reason why it feels so unattainable sometimes is because we're in a state of amnesia and we've forgotten our natural state. We've forgotten what it's like to be in a state of flow. There's been many of thousands of years which have added to this by being in survival, being in contraction, being in predominant, let's say, fear. And I spoke about the prohibitors to alpha brainwave and this flow state experiential experience. Fear is such a big one when it comes to this barricade, this barrier to us entering this flow state, miraculous state, this natural feeling of flow, of being in the current of life. And the cool thing is, when we become more proficient of understanding our own journey into flow, we also bring in the alchemical process of transmuting our fear into, let's say, we could say excitement, into passion. We become more proficient at shortening the gap of how long we are in fear before fear totally takes over us and takes us into a deep state of contraction, which then starts to influence and impede our whole energetic makeup. So what's yours? What is your flow enhancer, your flow accelerator? How often of your life do you feel in this state? Do you feel like it's almost a luxury sometimes to be in that state? I want to start challenging those beliefs of what we are now accepting as true within this human experience, because at the minute what we've accepted as true is far away from the quintessential truth of what we are. We've accepted contraction, survival, stress hormones as our natural state. And we could treat alpha brainwave almost like Christmas time. It just comes around once a year or on very specific occasions. But like any journey, it requires your devotion and attention and awareness for you to catch yourself from when you are drifting away, but not to shame and condemn in any way whatsoever, but just to, when you do drift away, just allow yourself to be where you are. Allowing and acceptance is one of the biggest flow enhancers, because once you catch yourself being in, whether that be fear, guilt, anger, you are breaking the circuit on the resistance which comes with that, and in turn interrupting the momentum which would then be built and grown from that resistance. Once we allow and accept this is where we are, we break that circuit, and we then start to tee up and cultivate a different momentum which will then draw us and attract us back into that state of flow. And it's always an ebb and flow journey, but we just become more proficient, more better at catching ourselves where we are at. We also start to really tailor make and construct and be more aware of what does really enhance our flow, what does enhance us to get us into that alpha brainwave state. I spoke about the Tao Te Ching, about plucking into that energy current, that Tao, that reservoir of unlimited energy, which is, I feel, the real, like, alpha brainwave is that gatekeeper into that frequency and river of that nature, that quintessential energy reservoir, which then from there births creativity, inspiration, unlimited energy, unlimited momentum, passion, purpose. All of these come up from there. Fear may pop up, but then it gets dissipated due to the powerful momentum that you are on. So enjoy your journey. Please, please, please share in the comments below, what are your flow accelerators and enhancers? I would love to know. I'm just about to go jump in a cold shower, which is another one of my little low-key flow enhancers. But sending you so much love, my friends, and enjoy this journey. And I'll see you in the next video.